Hello everybody, welcome to another Daily Digest video. I'm Merriam, and today I'm playing one of those kooky modern decks that is a two-card combo that sort of wins the game and that you might not really be aware of because it is a weird one. This is a Training Grounds Umbral Mantle. Umbral Mantle is an equipment that gives the creature pay 3, untap it, it gets +2/+2. So Training Grounds, you reduce that activation to 1, and if you equip onto a creature land, then you can tap the creature for mana, use that mana to untap it and give it +2/+2, continue the loop, pump the creature to an arbitrarily large amount, and kill them. In addition to that plan, we have Polymorph, so you can polymorph a creature land. I got one copy of Emrakul, so nice little overlap, two combos that take advantage of having no creatures except for the lands. And we have a bunch of Nexuses and Fairy Conclaves, and a bunch of ways to find our combo pieces. So this hand looks pretty good. We got our creature land, we've got both parts of the combo, so I can dig either for more lands to set this up or for the Umbral Mantle to set that up. And I have 2 slides to dig, so definitely keeping this one. Our opponent is on the play. They've also kept 7. How lucky. We'll see what they're up to. Basic Swamp, 8 rack. Yep. Basic Swamp had to be 8 rack, especially because it was a kind of a crappy basic. Not sure how this matchup's going to go, but Sleight of Hand seems to be good against them. Which of these do I want? This does not seem like a matchup where I'm going to be able to polymorph. Maybe I need to just take the Supreme Will. Because then next turn I can go Training Ground Sleight, then turn 3 Supreme Will, and hopefully by that point find an Umbral Mantle. Yeah, I'm just going to have the most velocity. Could get punished by a Smallpox here, but I have another Sleight of Hand to dig towards more lands if I need them. 2-point discard spells here. Taking my 2 Training Grounds would be bad. Blackmail. Okay. Well, I think I need all my lands. I'm definitely going to show them a Training Grounds. I guess I should show them both Training Grounds, actually. No. Because they're more likely to take a Training Grounds if they see one. So I'm going to show them Training Grounds, Polymorph, and I guess Supreme Will. Just the cards I'm not casting next turn. Looks like a budget version of 8 rack. And they took the Training Grounds. Excellent. Got them real good. Let's Sleight of Hand. And I think now I'll take the land. It'll help me cast some of these spells. This is also protection against removal to have more actual creature lands. Play this Training Grounds and pass a turn. Inquisition. Which one of my card draw spells would you like? Right down to 3 cards. We still have a pretty healthy number against this Affliction. Hopefully this isn't Wrenchmind. Nothing I am happy to see, although that likely means they have a good amount of removal. Ooh, and there is the Umbral Mantle. I think I will just get that into play and see how my opponent reacts. I would really like a Dispel for my next draw step, if you don't mind, deck. Yeah, looks like my opponent is holding up a lot of removal. So, what is my plan? I think I'm just going to hold up Supreme Will for this turn, because right now I just lose to any removal spell, because the creature needs to be not summoning sick to work. So I'll just pass this turn, hold up a Mana Leak. If they don't do anything again, I can Impulse for a protection spell. With 5 mana next turn, I can go for the combo with Mana Leak back, force them to use 2 removal spells then, and then go for it again the next turn with 2 removal spells. necessary to stop it. But now the mana leak is pretty bad against 4 mana. It's likely their removal spells, Fatal Push, sometimes they have Funeral Charm. Both I cannot mana leak. So why don't I just cast Supreme Will? Eventually they're going to need a lot of removal. Okay, so I have a couple options on this. Polymorph is not an option. I think Mana Leak is bad for the same reasons I'm casting this Supreme Will now. I don't think it does much to protect. So I either want Serum Visions that can dig for like a Dispel, or I could just take another creature land like that. At Mono Black, they probably don't have any way to deal with either of my non-creature permanents. So if I can just keep throwing creatures at them and force them to have removal spell after removal spell, eventually something's going to stick. So I will take the Fairy Conclave. And now I will activate this. So I'm going to force them to have 2 removal spells this turn. Add 1, untap this. And oh no, well, Disfigure is not going to do it. They had to do that in response to equipping. Make a 3/3. A misstep for my opponent is costly. Now they need even more removal. Oh, well, they have a Fatal Push. Well, let's animate this Polymorph Nexus. Got a 3rd removal spell in there? Wouldn't be that surprised if their hand's just 4 removal spells. They haven't been casting any discard. Eventually we'll run them out. Equip over here. What do you got for me now? Funeral Charm. You don't say. They figured out that they have to do it in response. Sure. Down to 1 card. Don't worry, I have a Fairy Conclave. Oh, man! Oh, wow. Well, that also has to be a mistake. I'm certainly never polymorphing. I was expecting them to take Inkmoth Nexus. But now that they haven't, I will gladly get that Nexus into play. So a couple mistakes from my opponent here. And it looks like they're going to be costly. Yeah, I think they could have actually gotten me this game. They could have, yeah, they could have disfigured and funeral charmed on the first 2, then had Fatal Push for this Conclave and blackmailed away the Inkmoth. They actually did have 4 ways to deal with my creatures, so missteps from our opponent. I would have slided into Serum Visions, into Remand. It's not very good. Scry those to the bottom. It would have been a while for me to find another combo piece, but I will take it any way I can get it. Vapor Snag seems like the worst card in my deck here. Dispel seems great. They have a good amount of removal. Mana Leak could be good. Usually that deck's not that land heavy. They made a lot of land drops that game. Pull could be good, but 8-Rack is a deck that is very good at stripping you of resources, so I think it's going to be hard to cast Pull for a good number. You need to net cards, you need to cast it for 3, so 5 mana. I think that's just going to be tough to do, so I think I'll just take the Mana Leak. Could counter a Wrench Mind, or I don't know, it could counter a removal spell too, so. We shall try to take down another game. This hand looks pretty good. We got ways to dig even if we lose this opening training grounds. And hopefully a Spell Pierce that can protect us from something. We'll definitely jam the training grounds if our opponent doesn't have a point discard spell here, so I will keep. What do you got for me? Oh, they have the Inquisition. Well, good for them. Looks like they might be playing Blackmail over Thoughtseize. Certainly not something you want to be doing, but... Oh, baby. Nice Inquisition. The classic. Got it anyway. I'm just going to discard this Spell Pierce. All I want to do is dig towards the combo. I really want to hit an island, so I think I will Sleight of Hand here. Ugh. No bueno. Need more lands. More lands. Okay, so they didn't retrace last turn, and now they've played another land. I imagine they don't have many more. Oh, that is not bueno. Definitely going to discard the card that is very difficult to cast now. I think I have to discard Blink Moth. I need to be able to cast these spells. I've discarded a land to the Pox. Okay. Which one of my cantrips would you like? Classic 8-rack draw here, stripping us all of many resources. There is the island. Perfect. There is the Fairy Conclave. And I think I'll actually play the Conclave here instead of the Slight. That way, if I draw Umbral Mantle, I'm able to play it, and it also protects Conclave from another black mana. So let's get this Conclave into play. See what my opponent's last 2 cards are. Not sure what I should do here if they retrace Raven's Crime, which they do. I think I'm supposed to discard the island. I think Sleight of Hand is better. I do need to find an Umbral Mantle. Well, I guess it didn't matter. That was another reason to put the Conclave into play. Do I play this? Probably not. It's probably better to keep in hand against potential racks. Also, if I draw like a Thirst for Knowledge. Oh, man! That is pretty good. I'll certainly sacrifice an island. Where were you last turn? Yeah, land is a good draw for them. I'm going to need some lands too here. That one's not a land, but once we do draw a land, it should be good. I think I would rather hold the Remand and potentially be able to cycle it, so I'll just Spell Pierce that. Yeah, we are getting 8-racked real good. Ugh. Guess I do have 2 cards in hand. So it's not that terrible for me. Please don't draw Wrench Mind. Or Smallpox. Land, please. Ugh. Just need one land, and then I'm actually in pretty good shape. I'll have answers for a lot of their stuff. Ghost Quarter is real good. Okay, well that'll at least counter a Wrench Mind, I guess, but will it be worth it to counter Wrench Mind with it? It's still just a 2 for 2. I might need to save it for potential smallpoxes. Which one am I discarding here? I think I'm discarding the Mana Leak. We're getting close to it being dead. It's not that close, but I do like the Remands a lot. Because I need to cycle here, hit some land drops. There is a second land, so that is very good. Now we will just start aggressively using these Remands. Remanding Retraced Raven's Crimes is actually pretty good. So let's hope that's what's happening here. Wrench Mind, you can get remanded. It's an Ink Moth, that's a good one. Ooh, Fairy Conclave, also a pretty good one. Okay, now we'll remand Wrench Mind again. Getcha. Ooh, and yet another Nexus. Now we're pretty well protected from Ghost Quarter. Okay. Now I'll be able to Disrupting Shoal, or just hardcast it on the Wrench Mind. Turn it into a 1-for-1 instead, and then I can start Supreme Willing to find an Umbral Mantle. Yes, that one. What are your last 2 cards? We've effectively drawn out of the part of this game where they stymied everyone's resources, which is usually a good sign. I'm expecting to have to discard cards to Raven's Crime, and Fairy Conclave is actually not very good. I want Nexuses because they help me go off with multiple lands in one turn. So I'm actually going to play an Ink Moth here. And next turn I'll play Blink Moth, and that's enough creature lands. Yep, there's Raven's Crime. Looks like it was just one from their hand. And how about a Supreme Will? There is the Umbral Mantle. Any order. And I am 1 mana short of going off here with 2 things. I think I'm going to play Blink Moth, get this Umbral Mantle down, and wait till next turn. Because then I can go off with 3 things, so they'll have to have 2 removal spells in addition to the Ghost Quarter. And be able to pay for Spell Pierce. So we'll probably require their last 3 cards here, with 2 in hand and draw step, to be land 2 1-mana removal spells. Another Ghost Quarter would also be very good. I can easily take 3 here from the Affliction. Okay. Ooh, that's actually a good draw too. Yeah, I actually needed that to hold up the Pierce the entire time, so let's equip. And add 1 and untap. And add 1 and untap. and keep doing this. And so if they had Disfigure, they would have cast it, but maybe I'll go to 13 just for just to be safe. Now let's activate this other one and do the same thing, because otherwise I can just Ghost Quarter after I declare tax. Now add 1 and untap. There we go. And we'll just make 3 big things. Many, many big things. It'll take me a little bit longer to pump this Blink Moth, but that's okay. We got all the time in the world. And equip over here. Add 1 and untap. And add 1 and untap. Add 1 and untap. This is magic fun. Looks like my opponent... No, they're not F6 yet. I wonder if they just have like 3 Fatal Pushes in their hand, or 2, I guess 2 Fatal Pushes, but... Yeah, so they'll need 3 to beat the Spell Pierce. Oh no. I have 1. Okay. There we go. Almost misclicked this one. And add 1 and untap. You know, it's been a lot of years of this program, and they still don't have a way to handle loops effectively. Which seems kind of silly, doesn't it? It's weird that you end up with situations where the online metagame can differ because it's hard to play decks with repeatable loops. Oh, Jesus. Almost did it again. I want this one. And one more time for good measure. And now let's attack. Boom. 26 poison and 23 damage. We doing it? Fatal Push resolves. Ghost Quarter resolves. Still got 13 poison. Is that enough? Enough. We did it. Had a Spell Pierce for another removal spell should they have had another Fatal Push, so not too concerned there. Just played a really slow game. Creature lands are actually quite good against the 8-rack deck, as are artifact and enchantments. They're bad at dealing with all 3 kinds of things. So we have 3 combo pieces that they have difficulty interacting with, although it is difficult to assemble a 3-card combo when your opponent has a lot of discard. But we also have a lot of ways to dig, and the creature lands are really easy to find, and we have a huge number of them. So it's not quite a 3-card combo. And the fact that our opponent just wasn't able to generate any sort of pressure. If they had, yeah, even a rack wouldn't have been that good. They would have needed like a Mutavault to apply pressure, and I'm not sure we gave them that many turns. I guess they drew some removal spells when they needed discard spells to keep our hand size low, but I mean, they also need the removal spells because we're a combo deck, so we spread them a little thin, played a long game, we're able to just use our draw steps to power through, and that was that. Hope you enjoyed watching that one, and you can come back and see me on Wednesday. Bye.